Are you there, Daniel?
Yes, mate.
Oh, sorry, I think I'm trying to ring you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. I was going to say it might be easy if you, I don't know if you wanted to introduce or something, and then I don't know if you got time to listen to it, and then you can, if I forget anything, you can sort of interject and ask a question.
Yeah, well, I haven't really prepared anything, but
it doesn't matter then. I've sort of got it, but I just thought it only if you know.
All right, well, I'll just do a quick intro and we'll get stuck into it.
All right.
Hi, guys, and welcome to Trevor Lawson.
Thanks, Daniel.
Hi, Trev.
How are you?
Good, mate. We're all waiting with bated breath with your Memsie preview. So, mate, I will throw straight over to you.
All right, great, thanks. Yeah, welcome everyone. This is the first preview for the first Group 1 of this new season. We'll be trying to do most of the Group 1s during the spring, and hopefully we can find a winner. So this week's is the 1400 Memsie Stake at Caulfield. The rail's at 6 metres, which is traditionally the same position Caulfield Cup Day. As it's Thursday afternoon at the moment, I haven't quite walked the track yet. I'll do that tomorrow. Excuse me, but at the moment I've just worked on an even track. It is raining a little bit this afternoon, but there's been no significant rain. It's supposed to rain, I think, again a little bit tomorrow and Saturday, but unless we get significant rain, I couldn't see it sort of worrying the track too much. The field is, as you can see there, down the left-hand side. We've got 11 runners, one resuming. It's quite a good field. The first thing here is...
Just flicking over to you now, Trev.
Oh, okay.
So, just want to share your screen.
Oh, sorry. Share my screen. Done?
Done.
Done. Get rid of that. Okay, so there's the field there. It's a field of 11. The speed map looks, Jungle Edge looks the leader. Showtime will race handy. Grunt probably takes a sit inside on the fence. Vega Magic will roll forward. Dollar for Dollar will roll forward out wider. Happy Clapper and Kementari are sort of mapped to set midfield. And Humidor will get back on the fence. And Kingswell Dream and Oregon Stay will go back. At the moment, these are just the little penalties I apply. So I've taken sort of half a kilo off Humidor. It's going to be back on the inside. Half a length off Oregon Stay. Something tiny off Dollar for Dollar because he might have to work. And something off Kingswell Dream, which we can apply later on. The way I normally do the form, it's just through habit, is I do it from the bottom up. So the first horse we're going to look at is Oregon Stay. She resumed over 1200. She had every possible chance. She has won over 1400 before, but as you can see on my scale, she's around a 60, did 60 and a half last start. She actually went a bit better than what I thought she would do. She went a bit better than what the market thought she'd do. She doesn't go much better, so I didn't think she could do much better than the 60 and a half, and she's drawn wide, so I've taken something off the barrier. So She gets a slight negative there. Showtime ran well second up. He over-raced a little bit the first half and fought on well. I've sort of rated the race slightly under what I thought he could have done and the market did. He has sort of gone a little bit better second up last time, prep in. He's going to get another good run, and I'm just not 100% sure with my rating there, so I was happy to rate him up half a length to what I sort of had last start and the market had. Grunt, he came through the same race. He ran fifth. He settled, that's all indicated, he settled four to midfield, and he was ridden along, and he basically battled a low K, holding his line to the straight. He returned 61. On my figures, his best ever figure is 63.5. The market thought he was going to do that first up. I don't think he did. I've allowed him to improve one length, which means I've put him in at 62.5. Kementari, for some reason they thought he could beat Winks the other day. He comes here third up, second run at 1400. Going back here to Caulfield Guineas as a 3-year-old, he returned 62. He resumed in the autumn and he won 3 in a row, going 63, 65, 66.5. First up, he didn't have a lot of luck over 1200 metres behind Parada. He sort of got held up and made ground. He returned 62.5.
Sorry, Trev, the money's come for Kementari, 550 into 440 when his entry was confirmed. Barrier 8 a concern?
Yeah, slight concern. I think he's going to, might get caught wide. I haven't penalised him from the barrier, but last start they wanted to back him. He couldn't run a place behind Winks. He sort of had every chance. I don't know that he could go as good as he can go. I was going to rate him in between the 63.5, which he's done this time, and his best, which is 65. I've put him in at. Kingswell Dream. He returned doing 62. He basically was an improving type last prep, winning all 5 starts, and he progressed from 56.5 to 67, which was over 2,400. He ran honestly first up. He got back, worked home good. He went slightly less than what the market thought he'd do, but he ran well. His second start at 1,400 here, and ultimately he's going to the Caulfield Cup, and he's drawn a wide barrier. I didn't think he could improve off the 62, so I was happy rating him the 62, and I took something tiny off for the wide barrier. Dollar for dollar. He's drawn out in barrier 9. He's probably going to push 4 from the barrier. He's a consistent type. He did 62 first up. He's done 62, 63, a couple of little higher ones there last spring. But the market sort of has always pegged him as sort of 62 to 62.5 horse. I was happy putting him in at the 62.5, which is what he can do, and then just taking half a kilo off because might have to do some work from the barrier. Jungle Edge is the leader in the race. Last start, he battled on honestly, returning 61.5. he sort of had every chance. He can do 62.5 on a wetter track. Not sure it's going to get to sort of slow. I think at absolute worst it'll get to a 5 and it would only just be a 5. So I didn't think he could do any better than the 61.5, which I've left him in that there. Humidor, excuse me, is second up, 1400. He railed up. He got back well back first up over this trip, worked home okay. Even though he won second up last time in, that was a very small field, but he generally runs well at his third run, and also plus at sort of 1600. So I was sort of waiting for him longer. He returned, as I say, 58.5. The market said he'd do it 61.5. I was happy letting him improve 2 rungs, so I've let him rate to 61.5. So I've rated him up 3 kilos on what he did first up. But he's going to be 4 back the fence inside, sort of last on the fence. So I've taken 1 off for the barrier. Vega Magic absolutely flew first up, over 1200 with the blinkers on. They've taken the blinkers back off and put the winkers on. He's only had 2 starts at 1400. He won at Ascot when he was trained by a different trainer by 2 lengths. And then he won this race last year, second up, off a 14-day break. So he returned last year doing 67.5 and then went to 68.5. And then was arguably a good thing beaten in the Everest rating 66.5. Then he sort of trained off a bit. He resumed and probably wasn't quite right in the Goodwood. And then he had 70 days off and came here to Caulfield over 1200 and returned 67.5. So basically the same figure as what he did first up last time in. He then, last time in, he went 68.5. This time he's had 5 weeks off and he looks like his target's the Everest again. I'm just happy leaving him at the 67.5. Blackout Bart has been a terrific horse, but he's now 8 years old. He's resuming off, he's having his 3rd run back from 230 days off. Last start he did pull up lame, but he was well held. He had like the run of the race and had every possible. He rated sort of 58.5 on my figures. The market sort of said he'd do 63, so he basically went 3 lengths worse than what the market had said he'd do. I'm happy to rate him 1 length off what the market did, so I'm allowing him to improve 2 lengths off that last figure because he sort of does map all right, and I've put him in at 61.5. Happy Clapper. It's a terrific horse. He ran second at Canberra over 1400 3 preps ago, and then he won first up this day last year, and then he resumed again in the autumn and won first up, and then ran second to Winks, pushed her to 3/4 a length. He did beat Kementari on that day, giving Kementari 3 kilos. Today they meet half a kilo different. Kementari didn't have much luck that day, but he's a 69.5 horse at his best. He did 67.5. Excuse me, 67.5 first up last prep. The previous prep he did 64.5 first up. He's 8 years old now. He's getting on. I was happy rating him in between. I've rated him 66, which I think he can do quite conservatively, quite easily. And we click the button, and that gives us a market of $4.40 Happy Clapper, $2.40 Vega Magic, $60 dollar for dollar, $5.50 Kementari, $27 Grunt, and $12 Showtime. Then everything else is 120s plus. So off the map here, we don't like the leader. We've got Showtime $12, the favourite $2.40. Excuse me, the second pick. I think he can, Happy Clapper, he can set two pairs back, and then Kementari's going to have to do a bit more work than Happy Clapper. So I'm happy with that sort of market. I think Kingswood Dream's going to be basically have to come from last. So unless the race is ridiculously run in negative splits, I can't see, these horses getting in the race. We go to the market at the moment. The early odds are Happy Clapper is $5.56, so it looks reasonable odds. Vega Magic is $2.80 at the moment. Unibet are $3.10. Excuse me, sorry. Unibet have been betting 110% all afternoon, so they're $3.10. It's $3.05 on Betfair with hardly any money matched, but Kementari's $4.40. It's $5 on Unibet. Grunt's significant unders for me. Showtime's slight unders, and I've allowed it to improve. So from a betting point of view, I'm happy. Showtime, I want sort of a lot better odds. Grunt, I'm happy to be against. Kementari, I'm happy to be against at the odds. Kingswood Dream, I think, I haven't priced it. I think it's ridiculous odds as say it's going to be last. Jungle Edge and Humour I don't like. Vega Magic to me seems good odds, and I can see it running a lot shorter odds. Blackheart Bart I think will drift as well, and Happy Clapper, it's first up. The market could go either way with it, but at the moment I think I'm happy to back it as well. So I think it's, to me, even though they're the favourites, looks a good betting race, and I'm happy to back first favourite and the second favourite in the race. So I hope everyone enjoyed it, and good luck, and look out for the next one. Thanks.
Thanks, Trev, for your insight. And we'll be in touch. Thanks again, mate.
All right, thanks, Dan.